Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network, and I'm so excited today because I have an amazing personality in the studio with me this afternoon. I'm talking about a lecturer and senior administrative staff at Clifford University, Abia State, in person of Dr. Barido Thompson Okochi. Beautiful to have you in the studio this afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Amazing. All right, looking at the first story for today from Lagos State. Justice Ayokole Faji of Federal High Court in Lagos has ordered Mrs. Martha Ude, the mother of 19-year-old Chinoso Ude, to appear in court on November 1st, 2024. Ude, an aspiring printer, was arraigned by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on the charges of cybercrime, to which he pleaded guilty. EFCC operatives Abdurrahman Mohammed testified that Ude was arrested in a stinging operation in Lagos following severe cybercrime ring, where incriminating evidence was found on his iPhone XR. During court proceedings, Ude stated that the residence with church members, he resided with the church members, and his mother lives in Onitsha, Anambra State. Noting the lack of family present, Justice Faji questioned the circumstances and mandated that Ude's mother appear in court. The judge also instructed the EFCC to provide food for Ude during his remand and required both Ude and his mother to bring identification documents to the next hearing. The alleged offense, impersonating a white man on Instagram for financial gain, violated Cybercrime Prohibition Act 2015. The case was adjourned to November 1, 2024. All right, this is from Lagos State. Dr. Okochi, yes. This is one of the few times that we have seen teenagers or people involving in cyber crimes being arrested, and they invite their family members to come with some documents and order for evidence, of course. Do you think that, because this is more like a new development, do you think that this is a very good one, that when people involving in this are being arrested, that they should invite their parents, they should begin to invite their loved ones? Maybe by the time they think that if I'm being arrested, if I'm being apprehended, my loved ones will be included in this matter, and then I should just abstain from it. What is your take on this issue?
Thank you, Ima. I'm happy for this kind of narrative, this kind of thing. You see, my thinking as an analyst is that this boy, Ude, is a 19-year-old, so he's in court, arrested at the EFCC, and the judge is looking at the young man and is wondering, no family here. So the judge, being an expert in criminal issues, is making a connection. He's thinking for a teenager to have gone this far, to be in EFCC net, and there is no family member here, then it could be he has been left alone by the family, and he didn't have families, encourage families, and make families the foundation of our moral upbringing. So we're taught criminal comes to heart.
Oh, okay, Dr. Okochi, it is quite understood. I understand your explanation, but There are many a times that people involving in cyber crimes have been apprehended, and even though the case is in court, the family people are not being invited to come. This is a case that was specifically ordered to come to the courts. So what do you think about that? Because when you were saying it's 19 years, yeah, we also have a case where they are even younger than this.
Yes, that's why I said the judge has taken the shine from, is taking the highlight from the case itself to himself as safeguard for the family. What that means is, and that's why if others can take a cue from this, let us popularize family connectivity as a means of cutting down on crime. Others may have not highlighted family connectivity, the nexus between criminality and the family. Others may not have, but has started something not there, which brought criminality by heart.
Dr. Okochi, now that it has gotten to an extent where teenagers are now involved in cyber crimes, what do you think is the way forward that maybe not just the government, the security agencies can come up with to be able to curb this? I remember that there is something on social media that if you are not up to a certain age, you page or even Facebook accounts, account on social media, be it any of those platforms. But now that it has gotten to an extent that even at this age, they know how to do from people. What should be done to be able to arrest this right on time?
Well, cyber crime is not even as heavy as murder. And we have seen where 16-year-old, 18-year-old even murder. We should be looking at a comprehensive approach to reorientation in Nigeria. So we don't do it selectively. Already is 19, and by the policies of most social media outfits or organizations, 18, 16 is all right. If 19 is already qualified, so that's not only my worry. My worry is why our young people crime. I have said this before, I have repeatedly said Nigeria is not set for the young people. Today we are hearing, we will soon talk about those things. Today we are hearing how the hardship in the country is driving people to self-help schemes. People are beginning to hook up schemes for self-help. That's the problem. It is a major problem. This country is not set to take care of the future of the young ones. People are just taking care of themselves because God is not there. What we have is not governance. We simply have government officials, but there's no governance. You are in journalism and you are so it's not something I will tell you. The world knows that we don't have governance, and people are just doing it on their own. It is like what happened in Israel. There was a time in Israel where everybody did what was right in the person's eyes because there was no governance. What we need is to return governance to government. What we have is government. We don't have government. We need to return governance to government, and Nigeria will do well.
All right, so the next story for today is from Niger State. Niger State House of Assembly has raised concern over the takeover of the Nagwamasi military training camp in Kontogara by bandits. The camp, one of Nigeria's largest military training sites, now reportedly serve as a base for the bandits, who have set up 8 camps within the area. The takeover had forced residents of 23 nearby communities to flee due to frequent attacks. Abdullah Issa, representing Kotagora II, highlighted that the situation posed a severe security threat and noted ongoing kidnappings by the bandits. The assembly urged the state government to collaborate with the military to clear out the bandits, secure the camp, and allow displaced residents to return. Dr. Okochi,
Yes.
It could be recalled that the operatives actually talked about they came up with the initiative of about 200 million live ammunitions, and they also talked about the fighters jet, which they said by 2020 and forward that all of those things will be completed. So what exactly happened that with all of these security personnel have not been able to eradicate bandits in the society? And then also looking at the fact, yesterday we saw in a story where one Wakari always at the side of aiding bandits each time they have been arrested. So that the government is not just ready to pay maximum attention to the issue of insecurity in the state or in the nation, or could it be that there is something under the carpet that Nigerians do not know about? Because I'm wondering why the bandits should be more powerful than the military.
Well, you have asked me. I did, and I told you that you will soon talk about that. Nigeria is a failed state. I don't want to describe a failed state in a nation. We are alive because of it, not because of the economy. Sincerely speaking, no Nigerian is alive. It's of God. It's a failed state. This is not going to be Nigeria. We know lots of other now. We know, you know, so no, Nigeria is a failed state. We are simply moving by God's grace. The next thing you will hear is that the budget is. That's what you will do. By the time you investigate the budget, how about even 5 billion, they steal 3, they take 2, and then before you know it, the contract buy the arms and ammunition, will cut and they keep. And then the bandits are afraid in what to do. The lines coordinate themselves and knock out the military. And imagine not just if you are these are powerless systems, but you're taking over and doing calm. That shows they are powerful. But we are weak. We are a weak and a failed state. What we need to do is to ask ourselves real question: where are we? What brought us to this level? We are like this, and let's help to really work in Nigeria.
Okay, Dr. Okochi, you said boldly 3 times that Nigeria is a failed state. Be a failed country, no, you say. Okay, it's a failed country. All right. So are you all right? Are you condemning Nigeria because of the level of insecurity in Niger State, which we are discussing now, or there is something else you have in mind? Do you condemn a whole thing because of one thing? Dr. Kochi, are you there?
I'm here. I don't know what happened. I'm here. I'm back.
So I accept. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I'm ready to respond.
All right. Let me hear you, please.
Can I?
Of course. Let me hear you.
Can I go ahead and respond?
Go ahead, please.
I reminded you that what is happening in the United States is one example.
Security place is persisted for over 24 hours and nothing is done about it, that it should be known that the elite in that area are very much aware of what is going on, and they definitely know what to do, and they should hold them responsible. So who should we hold responsible now in Niger State, looking at the fact that the bandits are now more powerful, or seems to be more powerful than the military, that the government is calling for collaboration to be able to remove the bandit camp in the military camp? So who should be held responsible at this moment?
Who else would you hold accountable? Who else would you hold accountable? Swore on May 29 to integrity and the sovereignty of Nigeria. Who else is appointed the head of state? Who else is appointed the commander-in-chief of the armed forces? Who are we supposed to hold accountable? We already have someone to hold accountable. It's very clear who to hold accountable. When we say Nigeria is a failed state, it's because the head of state has failed. The president has failed.
Well, okay, so the issue here is that Niger residents, Niger State is on the run because bandits have taken over military camp. And are you not wondering how bandits could be more powerful than the military? The people, the same set of Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. Remember, you can join us on all our social media platforms. YouTube Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. You can also watch us live on our website atlanticnetwork.tv. And for your information, all commercials and adverts are also welcome on these platforms. And the rest of our stories. Redeemed Christian Church of God has suspended 2 pastors over allegations of homosexuality. A memo dated 2024, CCG's national overseer, Sunday Akande, announced the suspension and called for a thorough investigation. The church reaffirmed its doctrine prohibits homosexuality and has temporarily relieved the pastors of their duties. The investigation said to be completed with will be handled confidentially and respectfully for all involved parties. The memo, in accordance with our mission's commitment to upholding the teaching of the Bible, we must address this allegation with the utmost seriousness it deserves. As you are aware, the doctrine of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, does not allow or tolerate any act of homosexuality. This is firmly rooted in biblical teachings, including but not limited to Leviticus 18:22. You shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination. 1 Corinthians 6:9-10. Or do you not know that the unrighteous will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived, neither the sexual immorality, nor adulterers, or men who practice homosexuality. In light of these allegations, you are now directed to conduct a thorough investigation. Furthermore, and all others are alleged to be temporarily relieved from all of their responsibilities in the mission organs pending the outcome of this investigation, which is expected to be concluded within 2 weeks. It is crucial that we handle the situation with care and integrity and in accordance with our values as a church. Please ensure that the investigation is conducted confidentially and with respect to all the parties involved. Dr. Okochi, the issues of homosexuality has been on the rampart these days. A lot of persons, I remember once when as a particular list was released on Facebook, on a social media platform by Gist Lover, which they can't possibly ascertain the authenticity of that list. And now it has creeped into church, though this is an alleged issue, because investigation is still ongoing. But what do you think about homosexuality in the kingdom of God, looking at the fact that this is a place that people see as where one should be disciplined, and they are talking about homosexuality? What is your take on this story?
And because of the bundle of flies, you are hearing more flies. Don't even check whether that thing is still rotten or still used. You first of all remove. When you take it away, then you now go and check. Is this useful? Why are flies? But the certain is to remove so that the that flies are doing. That's what they have done. This is a rumor. This is an allegation. But it is already causing a stir. So you set them. Then you investigate. That's a fine strategy, and it's a worldwide approach. So it's not an issue. If the investigation is clear and they find them guilty, that's okay. But for now, set aside. But then, directly to your question, homosexuality has become a problem in Christianity, because in other climes, like they already are making inputs and they are liberalized in the sense that they are accepted. You even find gay pastors conducting weddings of gay members. in other clients. You know, the Nigerian church, when I say the Nigerian church, I'm not talking of Redeemed, I'm not talking of Anglican, I'm not talking of Assemblies, I'm not talking of the Adventists, I'm not talking of Jehovah's. I'm saying Christ in Nigeria is still conservative when it comes to homosexuality. We are saying no. That's why it's not because chapter 18, verse 22. Do not do not have sexual relations with a fellow man the way you would do with a woman. That's the literal understanding there. Then, of course, you find in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, and it talks about the issue of homosexual people misusing their bodies, the body of the same sex, and misusing themselves. So we, as a Christian church,
what happened to their public image? Because one of them has come up to say, reply the memo that he is not into homosexuality. He doesn't know anything about that, and he has not done that. So what happened to his image after all this investigation, if it is not true?
Okay, simple. This is the answer. That is the reasons why the Bible says we must avoid all appearance of evil. So if not just avoid evil, but avoid whatever will lead to this kind of situation. We'll be asking them, what would have happened as we were roped into this? I mean, why is there something we did
appropriately? And we hope that this will serve as a deterrent to other pastors who are men of God or women of God who are involved in anything that has to do with LGBTQ, and also know that it is not welcome in Nigeria. It's 14 years imprisonment without fine. Very important. So have that in front of your mind, not at the back. All right, the last story for today. In Nigeria, public frustration has mounted following the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited's latest hike in petrol prices, the third adjustment in 2 months, rising price to 1,060 naira per litre in Abuja and 1,225 naira in Lagos. This increase is part of the government's deregulations policy, allowing market forces to dictate prices. However, the latest hike has sparked criticism from various stakeholders, including business groups, civil society organizations, and individuals on social media, who fear this will worsen the already high inflation and increase in the cost of living. Aliko Dangote, owner of the petrol refinery, noted that while its refinery is operational, oil marketers and the NNPCL continue to import fuel rather than sourcing locally, though missing opportunities for price stabilization. Analysts and organizations like the Nigerian Association of Small-Scale Industrialists and Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce voice concerns about rising production costs, transport expenses, and inflation, further straining businesses and consumers. And inflation reaches a 28-year high of 34.2% in June. Experts highlight the valuability of Nigeria's economy to energy price and currency vitality. Civil society advocates such as Awal Mosarafazanjani from the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center urge the government to curb corruption, close tax loopholes for the wealthy, and provide subsidies to ease citizens' hardship. Public discontent is also evident on social media, where users criticize the government's handling of any livelihood. All right, now, Dr. Okoche, looking at this issue of inflation, fuel as 1,030 naira, 1,400 to 660 naira and all that. It's just going up. Now, the escalating inflation continues to burden Nigerians, casting doubt on the sustainability of the current economic policies. Despite calls from for price regulations or social support, the government's reapproach, arguing that deregulation aligns with free markets.
Or Ghana, all those icons and icons of rulership. The president, since he came on board since last May last year, he has made pronouncements and out policies that have alienated him completely from what Nigerians are simply doing. Let me digress before. So what Nigerians are simply doing is what we call don't. They are like, well, it's unfortunate, it's a pity. We don't have a leader. Let's just wait. If at the end of his tenure, the first tenure, 2027, and he wins another election, we'll just go into bondage for a second term. And then when it's done in 2031, we will think of how we can return Nigeria to Nigerians. That's the situation.
Dr. Okochi, and you think or you feel that Nigerians will be patient enough to wait till that time, because the prices of things in the markets are already so high, and then looking at the fact that the price of fuel has gone up, imagine what is going to be. This is commotion for Nigerians. You think that Nigerians will be able to wait for the next, that long that you're talking about?
Ima, the reason why how else going to kill him? No, we can't. We only wait. That's what's democracy. Democracy is wait till the next election. If Nigerians accept all the manipulations, there are a lot of manipulations in elections. So if in 2027 there are manipulations and Nigerians accept bad supplies, unfortunately, but that's true.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Okochi.
Yes, thank you too.
I'm just speechless. It's just good having you on the show. Thank you, our viewers. And this is where we draw the curtain for today. You can reach us on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net, and all commercials are also welcome on these platforms. Do remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. I am Immaculata Ivrikana. Good afternoon.
People of Maiduguri need your help. A catastrophic flood has engulfed the city, leaving over 1 million stranded and fighting for survival. Entire communities are submerged, with people trapped inside homes and on rooftops, cut off from food, clean drinking water, and essential supplies. Help experts are warning of a potential outbreak of deaths, and medical facilities are out of commission. The situation is dire. Helicopters, boats, and high-riding trucks capable of navigating the treacherous, waterlogged areas are urgently required to reach the countless men and women awaiting rescue. The Nigerian media is issuing a desperate plea to the government, humanitarian organizations, international actors, and citizens across the nation. Step in now, before it's too late. For more information on how you can help, contact Professor Usman A. Tar, the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Borno State, on 0809-233-3955. Every second counts.
This is powered by Atlantic Television Network.